Hi, my name is Alex Springer.
Patrick Evans.
Casey Barnes.
Levi Vernon.
And we are R2 units. And so real quickly, we'll just be going over how our project went.
Okay, so to start off with the business plan that we had, we were planning on expanding over into Paris and then possibly going into China, increasing our operating capacity so that we have enough product to sell to everybody. And our last thing was we were updating our R&D. We had purchased the ultra-fast processor and high-speed network for all of our products. And stuff that we ended up doing that was different than our business plan is that we ended up entering the workhorse market. We were not going to do anything in that, and we decided that it would be better if we had at least a product in there. An issue that we ended up coming up to was having stockout problems because we didn't expand enough for our operating capacity, and we then decided to take out more loans and enter China more quickly than we expected. And the events that affected our company was the release of our R&D had helped us because of the Mercedes when we did ultra-fast computer processing, and then we ended up stocking out of all of our inventory and losing quite a few customers. And then we had decided we did company investments so that we can get more operating capacity.
So just to kind of summarize what he talked about, but just expand a little bit more, kind of the things that we did well versus weaknesses overall. Our manufacturing, as far as our products, went really well. Our first quarter, we kind of had a few little hiccups, but then after that, corrected them all, did really well. From that, we went into the fact that we were the highest in wealth for the first 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, I still believe we were of the top 2, and then we kind of maintained that. Weaknesses, investment in future, we didn't put away a lot of money, basically because the return on that wasn't high enough to be worth us putting it away and saving it from that. Kind of wanted to put it to work because we're a company that was beginning. Our HRM in the beginning was a little bit weak, but then we were able to kind of see what other people did and up that, and so did pretty well there too. Our marketing, I think across the board as a class, we had probably could have done better, but this is especially true with us. Even though our products sold well in the beginning, towards the middle as people started jumping up, we didn't move up a ton, but towards the end we did well. And then asset management, like Patrick was talking about, could have invested sooner in some bigger stuff, pulled the bigger loan instead of trying to minimize that in order to invest in more products, things like that.
So in this part, we're just looking at what our competitors did compared to us, and this is stuff we just analyzed and think that maybe this could have been stuff that gave them advantage. So I'll go down along the line. So our competitors had different features. So by features, some of our competitors that we're competing against in the same market, say Mercedes or a Traveler, had a slimmer laptop, and we may have a standard one. So it's along the lines of that. And competitors that started to branch out, well, when they started branching out in different markets, just as we did, we noticed that they also, ones that were Mercedes before, began to go Traveler and Workhorse. And our competitors that took the demand channels. So we noticed some of our competitors dominated both sales and web channels, and we noticed that our competitors started expanding in every cities, because before in the 5th and 6th quarter they were only stationed in 2 or 3 cities, but now we noticed they started going market in every city. And we noticed our support compared to the other competitors was not that different at all. After looking at it, it was only 3 to 4 people on support, so there was not much different for that. And for web and office salespeople, we noticed that our leading competitors, they had a huge number of web and sales office people they staffed compared to us, and we think that might give them a little advantage towards reaching out to people. And for price judgment, our same competitors also had an advantage for that, had a overall judgment for that. And for ad copy judgment, we came out third in Mercedes for that, but still our other competitors had a slighter advantage in that area. In advertising, they managed to reach out to more people than us. And for benefits and salaries, we thought we were giving out a good amount for benefits and salary, but it turns out our competitors were matching and giving away more than we expected. And it was the same for our factory workers. And for expanded facilities, we noticed that our competitors really expanded their facilities more than us. But we're glad we still were able to utilize the full capacity of it. And we noticed our competitors also were able to do that as well.
So kind of what we would look at in the future, Levi was kind of listing things that we could improve on, so there's obviously a lot that we could. The biggest one would be that we would diversify our products. We'd get more than one product in each market, but we would also look to continue to grow what inventory we can hold. Because our demand was staying pretty high for one product in each market, which was really encouraging. But upon that, we couldn't meet the demand. In real world sense, I'm looking at the example of like an Apple company or a Xbox that do run out, and some of that's on purpose, some's not. But for the general, especially for a business just starting, that might not be the wisest thing, because if everybody's wanting your product, you should probably get it in your hands, at least for the first time. Lastly, looking into selling our R&D, we did purchase some, and we think long run it was still a good idea. We did use it, and we do believe that the fact that we had high demand, even though we had only one product in each industry, was largely due to this, because we had a good price. Some were more expensive than others as far as the industry, but we were pretty much middle ground. But we also had one of the higher end products, at least we believe we did, due to this, to the research we did. So one thing that we didn't investigate was trying to sell some of the R&D that we had purchased and gone through. So in the future, those were kind of the top three we'd look into.
So what we learned was, first off, how to design a product that suited different market segments and cater it to the needs of those specific markets. We also learned the importance of market research. That was one of our biggest advantages that we had, is that we started off investing in the market research, and it basically told us where to go with our products. We also learned the importance of production scheduling and investing in expanding our fixed capacity and our operating capacity, because that was also one of our biggest downfalls, is that we didn't have a large enough fixed capacity from the start. What went well, though, is that we had a really strong business plan, and we wound up sticking to it in all the areas that we felt would be beneficial to our company. The products were in really high demand for all quarters, which wound up resulting in stockouts, but the demand was high, so we feel like it indicated that our products were well suited. We were also able to really drill down our advertisement in the areas that customers wanted it to be, and we maximized our marketing by looking at our market research and seeing like where that would be beneficial and where it wouldn't.
So
what we would do differently is we would expand our company sooner and on a much larger level. We would begin by increasing our fixed capacity so we wouldn't have to face those stock out problems, and we would hire more sales staff, allowing those added capacity to be maximized. We'd also take a larger loan from the beginning just so that was all possible, and then we would diversify our products so we had more than one in each market segment and be able to maximize the market share we were reaching in those areas.
So that pretty much wraps up what our 2 units did. I feel like we did a pretty good job. Obviously, it's a learning experience and things we would do differently. But if we were to keep doing it, I think we have the ability, at least financially and on the products that we have, to be really successful and even probably beat some of our upper competitors. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you around.